Welcome back to another episode of Spicing Things Up. I am your hostess with the mostest, Jacob Benson. Joining me here today is the beautiful, yeah, he's biting his lip, Brendan Merkel. How you doing today, B-Merk?
I was not biting my lip. I was just seeing where that was going to go. And hey, I wasn't too disappointed, but he sounded kind of down bad there. I'm not going to lie.
I was more just being like, I was being cute and quirky.
Okay. Being quirky. Kind of like how, you've seen those tweets where they're like, why does Friday feel like 5 times 5 equals 25?
Yeah, that's the kind of energy.
That's the energy you're bringing?
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, I hate those tweets, so.
Okay. So you hate me?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Brennan, a little update of my life real quick. I think I'm sick because my body just doesn't know how to regulate whenever there's like a temperature change. So first of all, it's beautiful here. I'm in here wearing my Mike Sweeney jersey. I got shorts on. You're still rocking a Carhartt beanie for some reason, but like we'll get to that later. But dude, like I just don't think my body knows what to do. Like if it gets any like warmer or colder, I'm just like, okay, hey, by the way, it's time to be sick again.
Well,
like I sound horrible.
Well, Jacob, I'm glad you bring this up for the first time as we're both sitting in the same room together. But yeah, no, I know what you mean when the weather goes from.
I'm not going to give you COVID if that's what you're worried about.
the weather going from negative 20 degrees like 3 weeks ago to now like mid 60s. It enough to send a body into shock, but it's a good shock for me at least.
Yeah.
So yeah, I haven't altered my head. My head is still in winter mode, but the rest, my legs are in summer mode now.
Yeah, he's got
my upper like torso is in like that spring fall mode now.
Yeah,
it hasn't decided yet what it's going to wear.
Brennan's rocking with some Birkenstocks today too. I'm actually pretty jealous of the fit. So you passed my fit check.
All right, sweet.
All right. Brennan, let's get into some sports real quick. Yeah, so Brennan, I don't know if you've heard that Justin James Watt, otherwise known as JJ to the lay people, has signed a $23 million contract guaranteed with the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, I want to say it was like 2 years, like 30 something, right? But yeah, like 20 million.
23 guaranteed. Is guaranteed though.
First of all, honestly, that's the first time I think I've ever heard what JJ stands for. I don't know if I've ever even like looked into it.
See, I did my homework.
Justin James?
Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
Doesn't he come off as a Justin though?
He does. And he comes off as a James too. So it only makes sense to keep them both in there.
Just, yeah, I think
what would have been worse if it was like Jacob or something,
Awkward pause. All right. Yeah. But, I'm
just joshing. Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacob. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, thanks for giving me baby names.
No, you're right.
Yeah. No, but anyway.
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I think he went to Arizona strictly because for the warm weather, to see DeAndre Hopkins again, and for the money. Because there's no way in hell. He said he wants to go win Super Bowls. Yeah, Arizona's not ready for that yet.
So I definitely agree with you on the weather part. I think he saw that one picture of Cliff Kingsbury in his living room with just like a beautiful view and just a sweet house. He's craving that. But going off of the whole, are the Cardinals ready? I think they're a playoff team. They needed more defensive depth. They got it. I still think they probably need a little more in, the secondary. They got Patrick Peterson. He's getting a little older, but I think on the offense, they still are missing some pieces. I know we both know that they have maybe the best wide receiver with DeAndre Hopkins, but other than that, who do they got? So, I think Kingsbury has yet to have a winning record over 500 in his career. And it'll be interesting to see like what he does with Kyler Murray, obviously. But I think JJ sees that they have potential and hopefully they can make it happen, dude. I think it's one of those teams that's young enough and like kind of cool, I would say, right now in the league is the Arizona Cardinals. They're a cool team to follow.
Yeah, absolutely. Hell, I dream of living in Arizona like every single day.
Oh, exactly.
And fun fact, I didn't know JJ Watt was 31 years old.
Yeah, dude, that's the thing.
I was like mesmerized because I know he's been in the league for like close to 10 years, but like for some reason in my head, I was thinking he was like 38. So like a couple weeks ago when I said, oh,
38.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so a couple of weeks ago when I said, yeah, JJ's definitely getting up there in age, I thought he was like mid to late 30s, dude. I looked him up. I'm like, he's 31 years old. Are you kidding me?
It's not like he's super old, but it's definitely not the ideal age. It's not a man in his prime.
No.
So, I was
especially
Go ahead.
especially for someone who's injured all the time too.
Yeah, no, that's another big thing because, like, going off of what I said, obviously for JJ's reasonings, I do like the landing spot for him. But going from the Cardinals' perspective, or like a Cardinals fan, I would be like, well, add him next to Chandler Jones on the line. Both these guys, actually saw this stat on Twitter. They were the top 2 leaders in the NFL in sacks since 2012. So that's pretty cool. You have the top 2 leaders, but that's since 2012. So that's 9 years, and that means these guys are past their prime. And like you see that stat, you're like, oh hell yeah! But yeah, 9 years ago, that's that's a long time in the league. That's past both of their primes. But I don't know. I think it's a good addition. The money is a little bit questionable just because you don't know how many games you're gonna get from him. But I don't know. I'm just glad he chose, man.
Yeah, I definitely think that was kind of a bust on Arizona's behalf. I mean, just because that's, in my opinion, is just too much money for a 31-year-old injury prone defensive end.
Yeah.
That's like you said. I mean, yeah, he's had over 500 tackles in his career.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. But
Very
still,
good.
that was, those highlighter stats right there, those were a while back ago.
Well, yeah, you think the last 3 years, I mean, JJ Watt, the main news headlines are like, JJ Watt coming back to play this week. It's like that was the main thing of his career. Like, oh, he's finally back to play after missing a few weeks, a month. So it's like him being like the main thing in sports in the NFL news these past few weeks. Like, I was just fed up with all of his cryptic tweets, like how he somebody made a Peloton account for him or something. I was like, dude, that was
fake Peloton account. Yeah,
that was pretty funny. But honestly, that was probably him.
Yeah, probably.
And he was trying to pull it off, like, oh, it's not me. And then he instantly was like, oh, I signed with the Cardinals pretty soon after that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. He was treating it like he was a franchise QB in his prime. Like, he was drawing bigger, commotion than Russell Wilson and Deshaun Watson are. So it's like people kind of forgot about the Russ and Deshaun stuff for a few days. I'm just like, okay,
I haven't heard really anything new about Deshaun Watson and God knows how long now.
Yeah, so we can touch on that for a second too. I mean, we've just been following it. There's not much to update, but
real quick though. So kind of going back to what you said about a player getting back, oh, JJ Watt's coming back. I'm Brennan Merkel. Look at me. Drew Brees. I saw he was doing NFL grade workouts pretty much last week, and his hair looks like it's growing back.
Who?
Drew Brees.
It looks like it's growing back.
Either he got plugs or he's growing back. Dude.
He got the Brian Urlacher treatment.
Yeah, or the LeBron James treatment.
Yeah.
That dude has hair plugs for sure.
What are you saying here though? You think Drew Brees might?
I don't think he's coming back, but I could definitely see him just maybe XFL.
XFL?
Yeah.
No, there's no way that dude's gonna play football. That's not the NFL.
Really?
I wouldn't subject my body to any more
Well, I just don't know why he's pushing sleds with plates on them if he's not.
I mean, these are still world-class athletes, man. I'm sure they're not just gonna let their bodies go to shit like Shaq did when he finished his career. No offense, Shaq.
I would do that.
I probably would too. I'm sure a lot of offensive linemen do that, other than Kyle Long.
You got something to say to me, Brennan?
I mean, I played offensive line too.
Yeah.
It's not like we're professional athletes either. But
I already raided the pantry every day after practice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I saw a meme one time. It was I follow this lineman account, and it's that scene from Rogue One when Darth Vader's in the hallway, and it's Darth Vader's me as a lineman, and then the first rebel guy that's super scared. It's the kitchen pantry after practice.
Oh, he's just slicing through everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, that's relatable.
But I also saw somewhere that Big Ben supposedly said that he's not retiring and he's going to come back.
I didn't think he was going to retire after this year anyway.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought for sure. I thought that, I think.
Okay. Because
I probably should, but.
Probably. Just because, dude, I can't tell if he just is an actual meme of a person or if he's just not very, agile. Because you've seen that video a million times. I don't know if it was Landry Jones next to him or something, but they're they're hitting them and stuff as he's trying to throw, and they have to dodge and stuff and be agile and mobile. And Landry Jones, I'm gonna assume it was him, is able to dodge them all super quickly, he's just snaking through it. And then Ben Roethlisberger just like
Taking all the hits.
taking all the hits. He's like, he has got both hands on the ball. And he's just swatting them away and then like makes the throw. It was the funniest thing ever. And I can't tell if it's real. And I want to know. I obsess over it.
That's funny.
All right. But Brennan, moving on though. So some local news. So the Craytonic Blue Jays, Greg McDermott's in trouble.
Yeah, he said a bad thing.
Said a bad thing, but let's talk about it real quick. Let's have a dialogue.
Yeah.
So I don't think Greg McDermott is racist, but I do think what he said was dumb as hell, and he should have gone any other way around it.
Yeah, so he used an analogy for his players. He said everyone needs to, quote, stay on the plantation, that he can't have anybody leave the plantation.
Right.
As in, he was trying to make a point that the team had to stick together. So I know he issued an apology, yada yada.
It was a Notes app apology too.
Yeah,
So you know that's like, you already got to take those with a grain of salt.
Yeah. So honestly, you know, I don't think Creighton's going to do anything about it, but that's a bad thing to say.
Oh, absolutely.
That is a racist thing to say.
It is a racist thing to say, but I don't think he as a person is like inherently racist.
Yeah.
Because I mean, hell, that Iowa strength and conditioning coach, Urban Meyer, was trying to get him a job, and that dude would actually like use slurs against players.
Yeah, well, that dude also he got fired from Iowa,
right?
So I don't know, dude. Plantation is not like, when you hear that word, you instantly think about
slavery,
negative connotation being slavery. So that's not an everyday word people use. That's not just like part of our vocabulary. That's not an analogy by any means.
No, it's not. And seeing that in text for the first time, I was like, what does this even mean?
Dude,
like, I actually had to like think about it for a second. I was like, what did he mean by this?
Well, that's the thing too, his apology, like he quoted it in his apology, and I was just like,
that's where I saw it. Yeah.
And I
don't think
like, no
vocally
one's
left locker. I don't think anybody was recording or anything like that. I think
I think the players, like, I'm pretty sure players talked about it. I'm sure.
Okay.
Brought it up because
as
a player, I would be like, dude, what the hell are you saying?
Oh yeah. You know,
I think he said, he instantly, I think, apologized for it, but I was like, I don't know. There's not like just racial undertones to that. Like, that's just a racist thing to say.
Yeah. I don't know if it's something that you should lose your, like, that specifically in this like scenario, considering how just respected he is by like the school and his players and like all the fans in Omaha. I don't think he should be fired over this, but there should definitely be some kind of like issue here.
Yeah. And because which team was it? It wasn't Dabo. There was maybe it was some Southern coach that over this summer, I think, was caught like wearing some logo of a brand or a news outlet or something that, you know, a couple of the players got upset about. I can't remember what the news outlet is. It was definitely a news outlet.
It's like InfoWars or something.
No, it was something like actually like worse than that. But it's like a provocative, like propaganda-ish, like, I think, news outlet that's not very credible, and like a conservative outlet that's only like spews conservative looks too. Mm-hmm. So I know like he got in big trouble, but then he was able to make, I think, dividends with his players, and they were able to get past it. I don't think he lost his job. So I see this happening for McDermott.
I know
I'm sure he learned something from the, you know, backlash from his players and the backlash from people.
I know who the coach was.
Who was it?
Ed Orgeron.
No, it wasn't Ed Orgeron.
I know. I was just kidding.
I
thought it was Southern coach.
Coach O would never do that.
Yeah, I couldn't tell who it was.
I personally, now March Madness, I'm gonna take whatever upset Creighton is against. That's their punishment for me.
Yeah. I was never really I'm an Omaha native, and I never attached myself to that basketball team.
Yeah. So I think they're ranked like top 15 right now. So they're probably gonna be like a 4-5 seed. So
I can see them getting the Sweet 16 probably.
No, I'm taking them first round to the 12 seed or something.
Objectively, I'm going to take them to the Sweet 16. But we'll so in a couple weeks, guys, Brendan and I are going to be doing a bracket special.
Yeah, we'll
couple days after
a guest voice on here.
Yeah, some fresh words,
fresh views.
Yeah, from a basketball nut. So we're super excited. But we'll get to that later. Yeah. All right, Brennan. So back to sports. So moving on from the Greg McDermott thing. Carmelo Anthony and LaMelo Ball did a jersey swap.
They did indeed.
Ooh, you remember when we had the Mellow debate?
We did. Was that like last week, 2 weeks ago?
It's 2 weeks ago.
It's
Whenever we ran out of ideas because there's no more NFL games on.
It's definitely funny that like a week after we discussed the whole thing, like Mellow debate, and they both play against each other and swap jerseys. But I looked up the stats to the game, and I think LaMelo scored like 30, Carmelo scored like 29. So they balled out the whole game, which was pretty cool. But
I think Carmelo Anthony is taking the mellow things like super seriously. And
well, yeah,
like, I don't think he wants to be like, because you even saw in the picture, like there just looked like there was just nothing behind his eyes. Like he just looked like I'm dead right now.
So you don't think like
I don't think Carmelo Anthony likes Melo Ball.
Really?
I do.
So it wasn't like a passing the torch type of thing.
I don't think so.
No.
How could you be an NBA player and respect like anyone in the Ball family?
I mean, it depends.
Just like with the whole like their media coverage has like drawn me away from like keeping any coverage on them whatsoever.
Well, like LeVar Ball is the issue. I don't think players are gonna so much blame them for like his actions,
his antics. Have you ever seen him and Stephen A. Smith go at it?
Dude, when were they ever in the same room?
Oh god, I could have swore I saw an interview back in like 2017 or 18. It was like Stephen A. Smith and LeVar Ball.
Gosh,
it was the funniest thing ever because like both of them are just known for like they're screamers. Like, you know, like they're both like very hard-headed people.
Though should, LeVar Ball be put in the same category as Stephen A. Smith?
It was manna from heaven. I'll say that.
Yeah.
I'm a big Stephen A. Smith guy.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, I just thought it was funny, but yeah, I'm not a fan of LeVar Ball. He has tainted the Ball family for me.
Hey, but you've got to admit, he's keeping them like he's making you talk about that.
That's exactly what the Kardashians did.
Yeah, that's true.
Which, by the way,
they're a little bit better on the eyes than I would say. Some of the Ball family.
See, I don't look at them as physical manifestations, Brennan. I think of them more on an emotional level. I'm like, what's going on inside them? Like, I want to shut up. No. I take that back. Shut up. No, I'm talking about like, when Kanye West is like on the show and stuff and just like watching them, like what's going on in their heads? Yeah. Like, who are these people?
You were trying to keep up with them, right?
I was keeping up with the Kardashians.
Keeping up with.
And I'm heartbroken about Kim Ye, but
yeah,
it's all right.
It's okay.
Yeah, but anyway, so
Carmelo is mellow.
He's the GOAT, and at least as far as the mellows go,
he's the GOAT mellow.
So that's all I got to say about that.
That's fair. I like that. I like it.
Did you like my Forrest Gump impression?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. All right, next up on the docket, we got the Nike scandal.
Yeah, I'll let you kind of explain this one a bit.
All right, folks. For those like Brendan who are uninformed about the situation,
I'm informed. I just, I don't read into conspiracies like you do.
It's not a conspiracy.
I know.
All right. So the vice president of Nike, her son, apparently had a warehouse style of not warehouse style, but like he had enough shoes from Nike that he didn't pay for.
That he could fill a Dick's Sporting Goods.
That he could fill a Dick's Sporting Goods or an actual warehouse.
Yeah.
And he was profiting like a couple $100,000.
He was
every
reselling
month.
them, right?
Yeah, he was reselling them. So like through like quote unquote auctions.
Wait, so what was the like relation here to the Nike guy or like
it was the VP's son.
VP's son?
Yeah.
Sheesh.
And he's like 11 years old, right? Something
11?
like that. So yeah, he's
a
young.
Little rat.
Yeah.
An absolute rat.
Yeah. So I don't know if he was 11, but Oregon's a weird place, so I don't know how they do ages over there, but
age is just a concept. Right?
Yeah, age is a social construct over there. It's just like anything we do here. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so I don't know if the mom was in on it though. That's the question. That's what they're trying to figure out.
I mean, did you see the picture?
Because he made over like $10 million.
They literally had a fence in their backyard of Nike shoe boxes.
So the mom's definitely.
There's no way the mom is just
what if it was like a black site like somewhere else, like just like a hidden discreet location, like in a forest or something.
Or what if they like went as far to like recreate the view from every single window in their house and print it out and cover the window so the mom just never knew. Just kept her in a box.
Have you ever done stuff like that? You are definitely the kind of person that would too.
That is.
Well, if you're a VP of Nike, there's no way you have like small enough windows to like just take a piece of paper and print it out.
Yeah, that was Hey, I think we just came up with a movie, dude.
What movie was this? Let's talk about this real quick before we move on.
No, yeah, I think it's a possible script for a movie.
Okay, let's dive deeper.
Dive
What is it?
deeper. Well,
What is this?
I don't know if we could go the whole Nike shoes route because I feel like that it's just like, you kind of need an endorsement to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But we could do some other merchandise.
Like Sockney.
Yeah, like crypto, like Dogecoin.
Dogecoin. Hey, my Instagram bio says I'm actually I'm holding a line for Doge still. I do own Doge. I have like 240 something shares of it.
Wow.
Yeah, which is like $10, but
yeah. Has it moved up a lot?
It's been an emotional roller coaster for me. But anywho, I'm a day trader. I know all the stonks.
Oh my god. This guy works on Wall Street. Hey, check out the big bucks on this guy.
Jordan Belt. All right. What's the movie idea again?
You know what? I kind of forgot. But it was all about deception and, covering up the windows to your house. And I don't know. So we can come up with something.
Okay.
We'll think about it.
Yeah, this will be a different episode. We're just going to do a special where we just talk about like movie ideas.
We just read off a whole script, like,
let's make another Fast and Furious movie.
Dude, exactly.
All right. Moving on, Brennan. So speaking of college basketball, I don't know if we brought that up at all, but
we were talking about Creighton.
We were talking about Creighton, yeah. So the conference tournaments are coming up.
Yep. We got a lot of games coming up this next week before the tournament.
Yep, the regular season's officially over. I'm pouring one out for Nebraska.
Is it officially over for every team?
I believe so. Or at least for Nebraska it is.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I could not be more heartbroken. But it's okay.
Forgive
and forget, right?
Heartbroken about what?
Just how the season went.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was expected.
Do you miss Cam Mack?
No. I miss Isaac Copeland.
I miss Isaac Copeland
James
too.
James Palmer. Glenn Watson.
Yeah.
Love-hate relationship with Glenn Watson, but I'd give the world for him back.
Yeah.
I had an art class with him.
Did you?
Or maybe it was an English class.
How'd that go?
It was good. He always came decked in some sweet Adidas gear.
That's what I do now.
Always had like a good looking like hot meal with him. Like he always came in just with something smelled so good. So I was jealous.
What I'd give it to be an athlete here.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, but moving on. So Brennan, let's talk about the Big Ten tournament coming up.
Yeah. So I can pull up the bracket real quick, but just going off of what the Big Ten like games recently have done. Yesterday, the Fighting Illini beats Michigan, who was the top
I saw
seed.
that was a good game.
Bloodbath.
Yeah.
Good game for Illinois.
Good game for Illinois.
Let's see. It says what the I don't know if they've come out with the bracket yet, unfortunately, but I'm guessing that Illinois is probably going to snag that top seed because they just beat Michigan by 20 without Io DeSumo, their best player, arguably their best player. So either last week, 2 weeks ago, I was here thinking Michigan was this like behemoth of a team, and they just got clapped up by Illinois. But I mean, I really I don't think Michigan, I don't think they're frauds. Illinois played them perfectly. Michigan also shot terribly. They shot 2 for 7 from threes. They usually make 7+ a game. So to only shoot 7, something's wrong there. So, I mean, those games happen. And for Michigan, it's best to happen before any sort of tournament play. But it is promising, to see Illinois beat Wisconsin, Michigan, so 2 top 25 teams.
Well, Illinois was already top 25, weren't they?
Yeah, but they're without their best player.
Oh, yeah.
Io DeSumo, who's a guy who has triple-double potential any given night. So, yeah, I think Illinois, Michigan, Iowa, I think top 3 teams right now. And Michigan was they beat up on Iowa when they played them last. So I can't remember if Illinois and Iowa, how the outcome of that one was. I don't remember them playing this season, honestly. But it'll be interesting. I mean, Nebraska they're going to be the last seed, but you never know. Maybe they're getting hot at the right time. They breeze through the tournament, win it. Automatic bid to the NCAA tournament.
Yeah. Hey, I want you to explain something for me real quick.
Yeah.
So can you explain what on the bubble means?
Yeah. So the bubble it's a lot of it is due to these next week and a half of games. So the bubble teams are the teams that are like just close enough,
The
like
fringe guys.
the fringe guys. So like Duke or Georgia Tech, for example, they are a bubble team
Mhm.
and they just beat Duke last night, I think. So that helps their chances, but now it's probably going to come down to, how well they do in the ACC tournament. If they win a couple games, then that could boost, their resume to get into the tournament. Michigan State right now is a bubble team.
Yeah, I was because that's what I was looking at. Because
Yeah.
I was just kind of doing my research on how like other Big Ten teams are doing. I saw Indiana and Michigan State are like on the bubble right now.
Yeah.
So
So I like the other day, I know I saw like the four teams they listed as bubble teams were, like Duke, Michigan State, Indiana, and like
Louisville,
Louisville,
UConn, Georgia Tech, VCU, Drake,
Boise
Seton Hall.
State. So it's like all these teams that are on the bubble, if they lose the last few games compared to some teams that might win or gain like, have better games against better teams, they're going to take their spots.
Okay, I think so. Michigan State's going to play Xavier.
For
there was a matchup for the seeds.
Oh, they're not going to play each other.
Oh, so 12 seeds.
There are going to be play-in games, but that's usually
yeah, guys, I don't know how dribble, shoot, right?
the only play-in games are, I think, going to be the teams that are the same conference that are like, like the 16 seeds or like the 15 seeds.
Mhm.
Other than that, the bubble teams are just going to depend on which team probably does better in their conference tournament. So like if it's showing that, the team that won like the 6th seed is going to either play Michigan State or Xavier, it's like whoever the AP or like the March Madness committee, like NCAA committee, whichever team they deem to be more deserving of a spot in the tournament, pretty much on Selection Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they won't play each other because they're not in the same conference. But I don't know, dude. I'm pumped.
That brings me peace. I'm pumped too. I just, the month of March, sports wise, like that is one of the most like electric months whatsoever. And
dude, what sucks though is that we like colleges in a lot of places aren't doing spring breaks anymore. And usually spring break,
dude, we're like one of the only schools that's not doing it.
For real?
Yeah.
All right, then I guess I can't speak to everyone, but
yeah.
Usually like March reminds me of like having like a week off and just like watching a bunch of games.
Yeah, dude.
Maybe like, going somewhere warm for the weekend.
St. Patty's Day is 2 days after Selection Sunday, so you think we'll see some games?
Let's see. I think they're switching up the games this year. I think it's like they start on Friday instead of Thursday, and they go through Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, which kind of sucks because like first weekend at least. Because usually they go like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or maybe just I think it's all 4
So
days.
the games will start that week.
Yeah, it
starts St. Patrick's Day.
Yes. Because what date is St. Patrick's Day?
It's March 17th on a Tuesday.
Yeah. So they start the the week after Selection Sunday. Yep.
Damn, that sucks.
No, dude. I feel like it should it's March right now. Give me it right now.
Yeah, it's kind of pointless that they call it March Madness when like half of it's in April.
I know that it is a little sus.
We're starting off my birth month though with the high note. Oh, speaking of which, how's my roast setup going? Are you working on it yet?
Shoot, I have not given it much thought yet.
You got a month.
I have a month, so maybe I'll just read it off to you beforehand to make sure.
No. I want to be completely surprised.
Okay. All right. I might need some extra eyes on it then.
Okay.
To come up with some good stuff.
Yeah, your roommates love me, so just go ahead and do that one. All right, Brian, let's move on then. So spring training finally in the mix. I'm wearing my Mike Sweeney Royals jersey from the early 2000s. It is authentic from MLB.com, so need to plug my ad there.
All right, well, I'm glad you cleared that up because I thought it was exported from AliExpress.
Hell no.
Delivered to you by the blood, sweat, and tears of a tiny refugee in China. So I'm glad you cleared that up. I'm glad it's not.
My Salvador Perez jersey is, though. Got it for $4.
Unreal.
Okay. Anywho, so Royals are actually looking kind of good. They're my team, and they're not doing horrible.
It's spring training, man.
It's spring training, correct. But you know what? The fact that they're warming up to like a pretty decent start, I'm very optimistic about potentially like this season. Like
Yeah.
literally that entire championship team is completely gone now.
Yeah. Do you guys still have Wit?
Yeah.
Or okay, that's all you need.
Yeah.
It's your only good player.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
No, I'm just kidding.
All right.
I obviously I don't follow the Royals as closely as you do, but
No, it's okay, Brennan. I mean, hell, but like after they kind of fell off from their World Series train in 2015, I really just like kind of focused more on the Chiefs because they were the next big thing for Kansas City. So I was like, oh, let's pop over here. Let's go next door because the stadiums are literally right next to each other. Talk about your Cubs though.
Yeah, so the Cubs are kind of in the same boat as the Royals.
They had a pretty big trade deal recently, didn't they?
Yeah, so they kind of shipped a few of their like pieces around this offseason. They lost Yu Darvish to the Dodgers. Oh no, to the Padres. But they brought what's his face from the Dodgers? Jock Peterson, who I was telling you earlier actually hit the Cubs' first home run of the season, albeit spring training. Jock Peterson.
I'm very happy for you.
Yeah, no, I was happy to see it because, you know, at first I was like, hey, it's going to be a rebuilding year for the Cubs, but then they went and traded for Jock Peterson, and I was like, all right, maybe not. And so I'm glad to see, you know, he's warming up.
Have you been following up on some of these like position battles going on
For
just every team?
Cubs or every team?
Just what's going on, yeah.
Like, give me an example.
Okay, so for the Red Sox, the closing pitchers Matt Barnes and Adam Ottavino.
Okay.
Like, there's just some like, there's a lot of like pitching, just like random positions, like where like starters are like gonna lose their spots.
Yeah,
it's like younger guys, and it's just interesting to see. Like, so for instance, the White Sox, Carlos Rodon and Ronaldo Lopez, and then there's another one, Michael Kopech.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
Michael Kopech is the vet there, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's where, you know, teams are figuring it out right now. Those two teams that you mentioned, both the Sox teams, Red Sox and White Sox.
The way you said Sox, you sounded like Christopher Walken.
The
White Sox.
Yeah. So I think the Red Sox are not going to be as good as the White Sox, but
and we never thought we'd ever hear that sentence.
No, I didn't, honestly. You got a lot of Red Sox fans out there that probably think, you know, they could be a little sneaky team this year. I personally don't think that they're going to be too good, but I will admit that I think the White Sox are going to be the head honcho of the crosstown teams in Chicago this year. Okay. Unfortunately, as much as it pains me to say as a Cubs fan, I do think that the White Sox are going to be the better Chicago team this year. It's going to be fun to watch.
Okay. Well, and you know what? As long as you're okay with that, I have a quick question for you. Did Cleveland change their name?
They haven't.
Are they in the process of it?
I know that they've brought that up, but
I looked at like 2 different articles. I don't know if they were just trying to be like politically correct, but it just says Cleveland team.
Really?
Yeah.
Did they pull a Washington?
I didn't see any.
I don't remember seeing that in the news or anything.
That would have been breaking news for sure.
Yeah. No, I believe they're still the Cleveland Indians. I know that's all of those teams have been a hot topic as of recently.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I wouldn't hate to see them come up with something sweet. It would be cool. Cleveland Indians, to me, it's a dated name, kind of like the Redskins. You kind of just
I think the logo for the Indians was way worse than the name.
Because the logo is what, like the Tomahawks or something?
No, it's like just like the red cartoon.
For the Indians? Is it really?
Yeah. Or yeah, I guess it was until a couple of years
ago. Oh, okay.
Ago.
Because for a while it's just been the Cleveland C.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I know that they didn't average like the Redskins one. What was that? That was
it looked very similar to
the Redskins one was bad for a while. Yeah. It was just like an Indian guy.
Yeah.
Same with the Chicago Blackhawks. Sorry.
Or the Florida State Seminoles.
Yeah.
Seminoles.
So you got we got a ways to go when it comes to some of those offensive names for sure.
What's your best idea for a Washington football team name right now?
The stupid Dan Snyder's. I don't know.
Dan Snyder's an F-boy. Yeah, I'm not going to say that word on here, but
I would give that dude a swirly in the toilet.
You know he'd take it too.
Oh yeah, he wouldn't say anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Just a college kid. I'm just like, hey man, I'm going to give you a swirly right now, and he'd just be like, yes.
What if we called them the 3 branches?
What?
Like the Washington 3 branches of government.
It. Call them the judicial.
Or the memorials.
The memorials.
That's a good name.
That's not too bad.
Yeah.
That's not too bad. I'm
Put
sure
me on the committee.
someone would probably figure out a way to, cancel you for that. But
Pay me $30 million to use the fact that I said Washington Memorials.
I could come up with something better. But give me a little bit.
Okay, what do you want? Or what?
No, I don't have anything on me, dude.
Okay. But going back, so we got some Dodgers. We got a pretty good battle here for second base. So it's Chris Taylor and Gavin Lux. And so Chris Taylor, so he pretty much like played everything except catcher and first base. Like this is the biggest like
He's an athlete.
yeah, he's the athlete of baseball, which is really weird if you think about it, because like baseball's like one of those sports where you don't have to be an athlete to like play. Think of Billy Butler.
Think of Bartolo Colon.
Was it?
Bartolo Colon.
Yeah.
That dude looks like he's
Babe Ruth
gets
was
stuck
like
in a-
fatter than like
yeah.
I don't know.
Bartolo
Something's-
Colon looks like
some
he
fat
just
person.
gets stuck in his bathtub like
Yeah.
after every single game.
I don't know how that like I mean, you kind of have to hit a home run every play, or else you're pretty much like just
You're not
no
making
use
it
to the
first,
team.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah. Anyway, so
No, but going off of that, the Dodgers, regardless of the decision they make to put whoever at second, they're gonna be sweet. They're one of the best teams right now.
Dodgers are
NL especially.
not only are they like one of the best teams, they're just trendy to like right now. I feel like
I
feel
mean-
like you never see anybody walking around with anything but like a Cubs, Red Sox, or Dodgers jersey.
Well, those are definitely the biggest brands in the MLB. So I don't know. I feel like we might be kind of rounding a corner where you might start seeing some of these, smaller markets start growing a little more.
Well, like Tampa Bay or
I
like
could
Ontario.
see the Rays were good last year.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They lost a few pieces. I know. This year they lost. What's his? Their like star pitcher, ace pitcher, lost him to the Padres, which the Padres are another team that is on the come up too. San Diego Padres.
Are they a dark horse team to look out for this year?
I don't even think they're a dark horse anymore. I think
they're just full blown good.
I think it's going to be either the Padres or the Dodgers that make the NL side of the World Series.
Okay.
I'll say right now. Yeah. And AL wise, Yankees are still good, man. I hate to say it.
I keep forgetting their American League, dude.
Yeah. So Kyle Schwarber for the Cubs got traded to. Oh, he didn't get traded. He got traded to the Nationals. Never mind. So yeah, never mind. That's not AL, which doesn't even make sense because he's just like an all-time like pinch or designated hitter. You'd think he would go to a AL team,
dude. I think the I'm looking at this thing for the Padres right now. I think they have one of the first like Korean second basers.
What's his name?
Ha-Sung Kim.
Okay, I don't know too much about him, but
because they're fighting. So Ha-Sung Kim is like he's in a second base battle with Jay Cronenworth right now.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm like, yeah, you know what? That's pretty cool. Cause like I have never seen like because I know like Japanese people play baseball because like they partially came up with the sport.
Yeah. Oh, Blake Snell was who the Padres got. He's a beast, bro.
Yeah,
so yeah. Oh my gosh, dude. The Padres like starting lineup like pitchers: Yu Darvish, Blake Snell, Chris Paddock, Mike Clevinger, Joe Musgrove, bro. These are all just beasts, and they're all pretty young too. Darvish is the oldest one.
Pretty young. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously they're probably gonna just be trying to make like a run in the next few years, but
yeah,
because I mean, there's no way they can afford to keep some of this team around, especially after giving Fernando Tatis like $350 million after he had one good year in COVID season.
Yeah. Dude, I'm just like, I'm getting flustered at the thought of baseball right now, dude. Like, it is just so pleasing to think about.
Well, it's funny because like a few weeks ago, we brought up baseball a few times, and we're still not caught up with everything. We'll get there.
There's a lot to go. There's a lot going on right now.
Lot going on.
Bear with us.
But like as the weather starts getting nicer,
you think about baseball.
Then it becomes baseball season. Like a few weeks ago, it's like, oh, spring training's coming up, but there's snow on the ground.
Right now, my mind's on basketball.
Spring training, I don't really care yet. The second the sun comes out and I feel warm and my car doesn't have to heat up for 15 minutes before I use it, I'm like, baseball.
Yeah.
Let me turn on a radio. Let me find baseball anywhere.
Dude, yeah. And like, going to games and like getting food and like, I don't know. There was a beauty about like pre-gaming a baseball game. And
see, that's what I need the most from getting a COVID vaccine is that I can finally attend a Cubs game at Wrigley Field again because boy, do I miss sitting in the bleachers and talking my ass off to a stranger about, whether or not we think Addison Russell should be starting at second.
Do you want to go to a Royals game together this year?
Yeah, I would love to.
Okay.
I also I hope this is not MLB, but I hope that they will open up the College World Series this summer.
Oh my God.
I don't know if that's been a thing because I've never been. So
yeah, it's pretty electric. Like we need like College World Series, like that was a mistake. I understand why they canceled it last year, but like, dude,
I'm sure Omaha took a big hit like financially.
Financially, yeah, absolutely. But like, I'm just saying, like, culturally, it took a big hit as well. Like that is like College World Series is like what puts Omaha on the map for like a month out of the year.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so like, yeah, it's awesome. But yeah,
well, I think some of the March Madness games are going to be held in Omaha.
Yeah,
so that's pretty cool.
I've gone to a couple there.
Oh really?
Yeah, I went to this one Mizzou one, and then like some KU asshole.
I think bubble teams or something are playing there, or like some tournaments because
yeah.
I think the majority of the tournament is being held in like Indiana or something. So.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, Mizzou was a bubble team that year. Now that I finally know the definition, and yeah, some KU guy like saw me wearing a Mizzou jersey and like kind of like spit in my direction. I was like a 12-year-old kid. I was like, God. The rivalry goes that deep, dude. It's actually horrible.
That's funny.
Yeah, dude. Like it's just like, come on, man. Like I was a fan of Phil Pressey. Like, come on, give me a slack. All right, Brennan. It is the time for the top 5 biggest simps in television and movies. And here's a challenge for you.
Okay.
You cannot use Freddie Benson for my Carly because we talked about him last week.
I figured he would be like that's like God tier simp. So I figured that nothing can even touch him.
That's like using like the 2017 Patriots in Madden.
Yeah, it's just unfair. It's the go-to. You just say simp and it's Freddie Benson.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right,
go first.
I will go first. First one I got. This is a popular one, I'm sure. I hope I don't steal it from you, but Greg Heffley from Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Dude got bullied by his little brother his whole life. But he was just always, chasing that tail. But to no end could he ever succeed. So Greg Heffley is definitely top of the list for me.
All right. Well, my number 5 is Timmy Turner from Fairly Odd Parents.
It's a fair one.
Over Trixie Tang, is that her name?
Oof,
something like that. It was Trixie something. But yeah, dude, that boy was like down bad.
He was
every
down
episode
bad for sure,
and it made me sad thinking about that. I'm like, you know what? Am I gonna get treated that way by girls? Like, I don't want to date then.
Yeah, that's a good one. All right, so next one I got is Vincent Van Gogh. So I know it's not a TV character.
Well, he's been played in movies and TV.
Yeah, it's long enough ago where he could have been fictional.
Long enough ago, Van Gogh.
But this dude literally cut off his ear because he was just so down bad.
We're gonna use that a lot here.
Yeah, he was down astronomically bad. No, what's the painting that the most famous one?
The Blue Starry Nights.
Oh, Starry Nights. Never mind. I was gonna try and do a play
going with the swirls.
Yeah, I was gonna try and do a play on words there, but I got nothing.
You got nothing. No, I'm calling you out on your bullshit.
Yeah.
All right, my next one. Have you seen Regular Show?
Yeah,
Mordecai, like that blue crane.
Oh, okay.
Like, because he's always like, he's like college sim. Like he literally like comes up with like fake opinions that he like does not actually like care about. Like, or that could be like a subject or like whatever. But then like as soon as like she brings it up, he's like, oh yeah, totally, like this and that. Like that's like a guy hitting on a girl at a party and like trying to get her to. Like,
that's like a girl coming up to like me at the bar and it's just like, hey, like what sign are you or something, and I just like.
Oh, like I'm actually a Sagittarius.
And they're like, oh, we're not compatible. And I'm just like, oh, I'm actually a Gemini. And like, oh, okay, no
that's
way.
just something a Gemini would do is tell them they're a Sagittarius.
Classic Gemini joke.
Yeah, that's so funny.
I do like that one. All right, next one I got. This one, actually, I'm going to wait on this one because that might be my number 1 because all time. All right, I'll go with Fred from Scooby-Doo.
Fred.
That dude,
I don't know. He kind of he spit some game, dude.
He was able to spit some game, but bro, he did not. That dude had no fashion sense, bro.
Dude, are you kidding me? For the 1970s, like that was a fit.
Nah, dude, outdated though.
What?
Outdated. Like he's still wearing that type of shit.
Okay. Well, let's look at the 2002 movie.
Also, he was looking at the total wrong girl. Velma was the move. Daphne she's done.
Okay, well, if you think Kat Dennings is hot, then I understand why.
Kat Dennings.
She's Darcy in the Thor movies and WandaVision. The one that you say has a dump truck like every week.
She did not play Velma.
No, I'm saying that's the same type of like kind of like geeky girl with glasses type of situation.
Oh yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
I just feel like Velma's got to be a freak.
Okay. Yeah. Should I even keep going at this point? Obviously, I'm going to. My number 3 is Finn from Star Wars.
Oh, that's a good one.
See, that one was more of a subtle simping. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So like every time. Like there was just a tension, and then like once he was kind of done with Rey, because it's clear that wasn't happening, and then he like meets that other girl and like Rise of Skywalker. Well, and Rose Tico also
worst character
ever, ruined Star Wars for me.
Honestly, Finn is not the best character either. Could have been
way better.
He was written very poorly.
I agree. I think once WandaVision season's over, you and I are gonna have to start like rating old movies and like giving our analysis on them.
I'm down.
Yeah. So anyway, Finn. Sent for Rose, Rey, and that other chick of the ninth movie that I can't remember her name, but still.
Yeah. So I will actually go the Star Wars route as well. Luke Skywalker, all-time simp.
Literally sister.
Kissed his sister, gave up sex for the Force, simp, stupid virgin guy.
Oh my god.
Luke Skywalker is up there for me for sure.
Sex is for virgins, Brennan. All right.
Yeah, you're right.
All right. My next one is Toby. I got to be really specific here. Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man.
Okay, for MJ.
Yeah.
Mary Jane.
Yeah. First of all, everything in that movie, like every line that he has with her, it's so unrealistically. It's like watching Riverdale for like a movie version.
I've never seen Riverdale, and you could not put a gun to my head. I would just say, shoot me.
See, I haven't really seen it either, but I've seen enough clips to know that whoever is writing those shows or like that show does not know how high schoolers actually act.
Oh yeah, I've seen that whole debate. Recently.
But anyway, so yeah, like Tobey Maguire, like something, stab me, I bleed. Like you just say like poetry. Like he was basically speaking poetry to Kirsten Dunst. Is that her name?
Yeah, Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah. I just thought it was funny, and then she ends up like not even like wanting to be with him.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, are we at number 1 now?
Yeah.
All right, my number 1 all-time simp is Ted Mosby from How I Met Your Mother.
Ted Mosby, the main character.
Main character. He's just a simp all throughout the show. Just bragged to his kids, how much ass he got before he met his mother. Kind of a weird premise of a show, I'm not gonna lie. But
well, does that make him a simp?
Nah, dude, he was a simp. I'm guessing you haven't seen it, so you haven't seen the show.
Okay.
Have you seen the show?
Yes.
Why are you? It's a yes or no question, man.
I've seen some.
Why are you so confused by me asking that?
I've seen some.
I said, have you seen the show? You said, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I've seen some of the show. I've not seen all of it. Personally, shows like that and like Friends, like I can't.
It's way different than Friends.
I know, but it's everything around it. It's the fan culture of the show that reminds me so much of Friends. I can't watch it.
Friends had literally like 2 settings: their room and the coffee shop.
Okay.
How I Met Your Mother, a lot of it is in the bar and stuff, but also bar is way cooler than a coffee shop. They moved around a lot more, and the characters are way better. So
yeah, the whole coffee shop vibe, like I get what they were doing, like, but still, it's not fun.
Yeah,
I can't stand Friends, and I will never watch that show.
Yeah,
like what you said to Riverdale, I'm the same way with like Glee, Friends, part of the time The Office, Parks and Rec. Like there's a lot of shows that have like such a toxic fan culture. I can't even fathom being a fan of that.
Yeah.
But my number 1 simp, Brendan Merkel. So another Star Wars one. Your boy Anakin Skywalker.
All right.
So kind of like with the Tobey Maguire,
like
Spider-Man.
father, like son, Anakin and Luke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So kind of like how like we talked about Toby. This man spoke poetry every time he talked to this woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if George Lucas. I just don't think he's ever been in love before. I think when he wrote those when he wrote those two lines, it literally sounded like he's like, oh, this is what love sounds like in my head. As he's like slowly sipping a Diet Coke.
That is pretty funny because, I mean, honestly, if we're being honest here, to come up with a universe like Star Wars, you're a nerd, dude. You're a loser. I'm so happy that I'm so happy that George Lucas made it so I could enjoy it. But there's no way. Like, am I lying though? Am I lying?
No, you're not lying.
Yeah,
bro.
George Lucas, like, first of all, 2 first names, Simp. Choose one. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't think. I think you're right. I think he doesn't know, how to speak, how to write a dialogue between male and female.
Bro, you went scorched earth on George Lucas right there. Do you guys have beef and I just don't know about it?
I'm sorry, George Lucas.
Yeah, apologize, kiss and make up. Let's take her home with WandaVision. How about that?
I'm sorry. I think we. Do you have any like honorable mentions? No.
Myself? I don't know. I'm in a relationship though. I guess I can't be a simp anymore.
The one that I had down, because you kind of mentioned it, I'll say 2 real quick. Jim from The Office, all-time simp.
For like the first 3 seasons.
Yeah. Just such a simp.
See, I hate that I know that information.
Yeah, well, I was hoping you know that about Ted Mosby, man, because he was such a simp too. They're kind of on the same playing level.
Sorry.
They waited around.
I let you down.
But then I got John Wick simp.
For his dog?
Yeah.
Brendan, you know I'm an animal lover, man. How could you even say that?
No, I know. I
that
honestly,
makes me sad.
I wasn't trying to make you sad.
So like I've only seen the first one.
Really?
Does he get like a new dog that dies in every movie? Like
No.
Is that just his
No,
thing? Like,
he's still equally as
horrible,
pissed. He's just as pissed as he was about it in the first film.
He's like that horrible of a dog owner that he just lets the same one get killed every movie.
He just gets a new dog and somebody is like, let's kill his dog again.
Well, okay, so it's like Fast and Furious, right? Like when you and I were talking about, we can write an episode. It's like an ad lib, like, this person gets kidnapped a long time ago, but we think they're dead. But then they come back.
Or like the Taken movies.
Yeah.
Taken 2. She gets kidnapped again.
Yeah.
No, the Fast and Furious.
7,
Fast and Furious is just like
in public again.
It's just Vin Diesel finding another way to say we're family.
Yeah.
Just
and
every single movie.
Raging bald face.
Just so bald. All right. Now I'm done. Those were my honorable mentions. A lot of simp talk.
You got me heated, bro. I'm hot right now.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about WandaVision.
Let's do it.
So recently on WandaVision, I saw a slightly above average mediocre episode.
Yeah.
I wasn't a huge fan of this one.
It was
as a penultimate. It's not a great penultimate.
Was this the second to last?
Yes, there was. Yeah, it was. Yeah. And here's the reason I say that, because I just could not really get involved with it, really. Agatha, I loved her vibe the whole time, and I love the memes that came from this episode. Like, those were hysterical. Like that one I showed you on TikTok. One? No, the one I showed you on TikTok, and it's like that $19 Fortnite card, and it's like when they're like in the like living room, they get bombed, and like right after like one was like getting off, it's like no more Fortnite, and so the memes were great, but as far as storytelling goes, it was cool to see her origins, but like, why wasn't this earlier?
I liked Agatha's origin more than like. I feel like they should have.
That was weird.
I agree. It was weird, but it was kind of cool. Because it was like the whole like Scarlet Witch thing, or like dark matter magic, whatever.
Yeah, dude. I was like kind of disturbed by that beginning sequence.
It was like what, like the 1600s or something?
Yeah,
so she's been around for a long time.
Yeah,
apparently. So,
would you burn a witch? Yeah.
So Agatha brought her back on the memory train. That was some cold ass shit. Those were just some scarring memories. So that was kind of interesting though to see. I agree with you though. They probably should have alluded to some of this stuff happening prior to
probably in Age of Ultron when she first came in.
Yeah, because it's kind of tough to throw in like a background
for a character when they've been in this many movies.
Yeah, and a background like the second to last episode of a movie series. Like I want this to like be right in the gist, the climax of the show. Like I don't want to sit back and watch background on these characters already.
Yeah, bro, if the next one isn't at least 45 minutes to an hour long, and I'm talking about like actual content, not just the like half the credits, I'm actually gonna be a little upset here. Because I'm guessing they're not going to do a second season.
No, probably not. I think we talked about that last week.
Like this is just like a mini series, right? Like how Kenobi's going to be next year, which by the way, we are looking forward to that.
It's going to be sick.
But yeah, so this one, I'm not going to say by any means it was a bad episode.
No.
Especially because the ending was pretty cool. Did you watch the mid-credits?
Dude, I was trying to. My like Disney Plus refuses to let me fast forward, and it just like gets all messed up, and so I gave up. But what happened?
Do you want to know?
Yeah, dude.
Okay, so the guys from Sword like rebuilt Vision, and he looks like a White Walker.
Oh, nice.
And they got like a new stone in his face. So basically, we don't know. Like I saw that James Spader was on the cast, so I low key hope Ultron's like the voice here. I like that he's the voice, so it's like pretty much like a reborn Ultron kind of thing. But I did my research, so I guess in the comics there is like a Vision without a soul, and that's pretty much this one. It's basically just like the weapon it was designed to be.
Oh, okay.
So he doesn't have like a personality. He's just like a weapon, pretty much.
Because what's the stone that he has?
He have the Mind Stone.
The Mind, is that the Soul Stone? No, the Soul Stone was the one on the planet that they
had to get killed for it.
ScarJo for it. By the way, I'm rewatching.
You simp for Scarlett Johansson.
Oh my god, I would 100% simp for Scarlett Johansson. I'm not afraid to admit it. But I'm currently rewatching right now Marvel in order, and I watched Captain Marvel the other day and realized that Monica Rambeau, the one actress, or what's her character in this? She has like the superpowers now, kind of, right?
Yeah, it's Monica Rambeau. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so
that's her name in the show.
She was Carol Danvers, the Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
she was the co-pilot or whatever, comrade, her daughter, like the best friend of Captain Marvel.
And Monica Carol Danvers did her dirty and never came and visited her, so that's why she hates him.
Yeah, so I have no idea how that really ties together or anything, but now I fully know who.
Still,
Monica's
Captain Marvel is
mother
overhyped in my IMO. Captain Marvel is overhyped.
Yeah, I was the first time I watched it actually, so I
wasn't a fan.
I didn't mind it. I was pleasantly surprised.
There's definitely better Marvel movies out there.
Oh, absolutely. It sucked because they like released that within like a month of Endgame coming out.
Or Infinity War.
Or no, it was Endgame. I'm pretty sure.
She was in Endgame.
Well, yeah, she was.
She had her own movie before Endgame.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it came out in 2019, and that's when Endgame came out. Captain Marvel release date 2019. Yep. So
Endgame came out in 18.
No, it didn't.
Or Endgame came out in 2020.
No, it didn't.
What?
I remember going to see it in theaters. Endgame, and theaters were closed last year.
My head hurts so bad from that.
You just got pwned by me.
I just got pwned.
No, so they spent way too much time, I think, on Endgame. Didn't resort any time to making Captain Marvel. So I think that's why the movie also kind of took a hit, because they didn't have as many hands working on it. But it was kind of rushed. It definitely felt rushed. But I honestly liked seeing the Nick Fury build up, because I didn't know, like, they hadn't really shown too much background on him either.
Yeah, so for sure.
It was kind of cool.
There's still a ton of unanswered questions going into this.
Yeah.
So all I can say is I'm excited for the next one.
Yeah, I'm excited too, and hopefully it has a good ending.
Hopefully too, dude. Yeah, if I have to live with that, the fact that I literally watched this show because, first of all, you and I have to stay up to date with pop culture just to survive in this world, right?
Mm-hmm.
The fact that I caught up on 4 episodes in one weekend drives me bonkers if the show sucks at the end.
Yeah.
If it pulls a Game of Thrones on me, dude, I'm finna beat some ass.
True. But I mean, at least you didn't have to put in as much time as you would have had to put into Game of Thrones.
Oh, fun fact about me. So I didn't own it. I didn't have HBO. I had never seen Game of Thrones before my freshman year of college. My roommate and I, we split HBO Max, or HBO Now before Max. And we literally binged all of Game of Thrones within a 2-week period.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
Is that healthy?
I don't know, but we did it. I was scarred for a while. And
just all you could think of was Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
You dreamt in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, dude. I downloaded Skyrim and beat all that twice. Ever since I was Game of Thrones. I was a stan for a while, and then then season 8 came out, and I wanted to throw everything at my TV.
Hey, another simp, Littlefinger, Game of Thrones.
Oh, dude. Yeah, Why didn't we bring him up? Yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna replace my Anakin with Littlefinger because
Yeah.
that dude actually waited for like years.
He was like a demon simp, bro. Like he was just like
Or
he
just
was
sociopathic.
he
simp.
was sociopathically down bad.
Yeah.
Like he was. That's like number one simp right there. He was
Hi,
willing
Catelyn.
to
You're looking good today.
kill.
Never mind that.
That's pretty
He's
good.
Irish as hell.
That's
so
creepy. That was
Oh,
creepy.
my impression?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks,
It
man.
was a little too good.
I could be like a C-list comedian in New York with my impressions.
Next show, you're just gonna talk in
Jerry
like,
Seinfeld.
You're just gonna talk like Joe from
Family Guy.
Family Guy. Yeah, the whole time.
Goose go.
Cusco. That's is that the same voice actor?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
What's his face?
What's his name? Yeah,
I don't know. Who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
All right. That's our show. I think that's a pretty good one to end it on.
Yeah, we'll end it for the sake of the listener.
Yeah.
Lose
So
their sanity.
I actually created a social media account for Spicing Things Up on Instagram. It's called the Spicing Things Up Pod. I think I have a post up there. Brendan actually followed the account finally the other day, so I'm very happy about that.
I'm slow on Instagram sometimes. So
Yeah, it's okay. So yeah, go check that out. Spice Things Up Pod on Instagram. I'm gonna get caught up on YouTube. Just hold me to it. Put a gun to my head if you have to. And then our email is spicethingsUp@gmail.com or spicethingsUppodcast@gmail.com. Yeah. All right, but yeah, Brendan, that's our show.
And we're gonna be probably posting some clips from this episode.
Yeah,
on there.
Little did you guys know, you get to finally see what Brendan and I look like. We've been
Look pretty
on
hot.
camera for a little bit here. I got some of the good clips in.
Yeah,
We're looking good.
we're looking good.
I'm a big video guy now.
Yeah, hell
So,
yeah.
all right, but yeah, that's our show. See y'all Wednesday. Go in peace to love and serve the pod.
See you guys.
Can I ask you another question?
Sure.
You probably get this a lot. This isn't the real Caesar's Palace, is it?
What do you mean?
Did Caesar live here?
No.
I didn't think so.